Hey, mommy bosses. My name is Toye Penny from toypenny.com, and you're tuned into the Mommy Business Podcast.
Today on the Mommy Business Podcast, we have Toye Penny. She is a wife, a mom, and CEO at toypenny.com. She's also the creator of the Love You More method. I like that, yes, and an author as well. Toye, welcome to the Mommy Business Podcast. We're glad to have you here, and we look forward to hearing more about your mommy business life, also the life of a mom, a wife, a boss, CEO, and more about your book. Do you mind sharing just a little bit today about your story and your expertise with our listeners?
Sure. So I am Toye Penny from toypenny.com, and I'm a holistic well-being strategist for celebrity and high-performing CEO moms, where I help them put their oxygen mask on first so they can save everyone else around them. And how I do this is I created a method called the Love You More method, and I exclusively guide them through this method. This method is an upscale program, well-being program, that is specifically designed for celebrity and high-performing CEO moms so they can reduce the mental load, drop the functioning addiction cycle, prevent the risk of a health breakdown, and model well-being for generations to come. So very briefly, my story, my mother passed away of lupus when I was about 9 years old. My father was not present in my life until I was about 18 years old. I was sexually abused at the age of 13, and I became a teenage mom at the age of 16, had her 1 week into my 17th birthday. So I knew that I wanted to up level and provide for my daughter. I just didn't know how that was going to happen. And long story short, what happened was I graduated high school and I got hired at this, I went off to massage therapy school, and I immediately got hired at this high-end luxury day spa where I was working there. I was about 19. I worked there, got my first apartment, got a brand new ride. I was there for about 2.5 years. And the next thing you know, the owner came to me and asked me if I wanted to buy the place. So by this time I'm 22 and I'm like, wait, what? Buy the place? I'm like, sure. So what happened was I bartered services with a couple of clients who were attorneys, and they represented me in the sale. And the next thing you know, I am now 23 years old. I am a CEO of a high-end luxury day spa. I have 15 employees. I'm a single mom, and I'm just trying to do it all. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what just happened? Y'all, I mean, financially, it was absolutely amazing. My daughter and I wanted for nothing. We traveled the world. I built my first home from the ground up at the age of 24. But here's what happened. Here's what happened. Here's where the downfall happened. I began to develop this facade of I have it all together in my career, all the while things on the back end were falling apart. Things like my health was falling apart. My relationships were falling apart. We were eating out every single day. My mental load was all over the place, and it was a mess. So, long story short, one day I came home from work. I had 4 slices of cold pizza. I fed my daughter a chili cheese dog, and I was like, okay, something has got to give. And I remember looking for schools online, and I found this school. It was a nutrition school / lifestyle school. And I had learned that my lifestyle, well, when I enrolled, I had learned that my lifestyle was directly tied to my food choices. So all of those voids that I had in my childhood, they have started manifesting through my actions as a CEO, as a mom, as an individual. They started to show up. And so I was like, okay, no, something has really got to give. I was like, okay, something has got to give. So what I did was I really started pouring into myself, and I knew that I wanted to attract a husband and have more kids. So I started really pouring into myself. I met this dude from the U.S. Virgin Islands of St. Thomas, and we started dating and talking. He took me there for my birthday, and on the plane ride back, y'all, God told me in my ear to sell my business. So I'm like, sell my business? He's like, sell your business. So I stepped out on faith. I hired a broker. The broker found this lovely husband-wife couple. The next thing you know, I'm signing on the dotted line. Cash is in my bank account, and I am out the door. And this is when I start toypenny.com. So I immediately get married to the dude from the U.S. Virgin Islands of St. Thomas. We have a baby girl, and then we have another baby girl. So at this moment, I'm trying to juggle a 13-year-old daughter. I'm pregnant with one daughter. I'm breastfeeding one daughter. I'm running toypenny.com, and I'm a newlywed. And I'm like, okay, the 13-year-old, she's acting out. I'm, trying to breastfeed, clients everywhere, trying to be a wife. And I'm like, okay, I took a deep breath, went down, sat down, and had a talk with God. And I said, how can I maintain myself, yet maintain everyone else around me? Here's the word he gave me. When you are whole and complete within yourself, everything else falls into place. Y'all, that was it. So I started to put together this method called the Love You More method. And like I said, this method is to help you reduce mental load, drop the functioning addiction cycle, prevent the risk of a health breakdown, and model well-being for generations to come.
Oh my God. Like, this is the answer. This is so good. So it's crazy because just listening to you explain this, I'm like, oh my God, she's speaking to me. Like, that's like the stage that I'm in right now, eating out. My kids and I, we've been eating out a lot. And believe me, I used to cook meals like all the time. I used to cook meals Monday through Thursday. We only would eat out on Saturday because Friday we'll usually eat leftovers. And so, oh my goodness, I can't wait to start this method because this is the busy mom. This is the answer to it. And this is what this whole podcast is about. It's about being a mom, being a wife, and finding a way to balance those things without going crazy. So this method is what we need here.
This is it, y'all. This is it. I'm telling you, women are in a crisis unlike ever before. Unlike ever before. We're juggling our businesses. We're running successful companies. We're homeschooling our children. We're trying to be wives. Our mental load is all over the place. We're doing everything. But at the same time, on the back end, our relationships are falling apart. Our bits and pieces of our health are falling apart. We're not eating the foods that are conducive to our well-being. We're all over the place. We're dying of diseases. We're committing suicide. We're over drinking. We're snapping at the kids. We're doing all of that. But I'm telling y'all, it all begins with you. It all begins with you. And that is what the love is. It begins with you.
And so tell us a little bit about why is it important for CEO moms to put their oxygen mask on first?
So I'm going to say it again because it all begins with you. The whole idea of the Love You More method is to love them, but love you more. And this is to model well-being for generations to come. Because there will be one day that you will no longer be here, but your children will be here. And your children's children's children will be here. So this is so that you can model well-being for generations to come. We think it's about us, and a lot of people think, it's about me. This is deeper than self-care. This is more than self-care. And so it is about you at the moment, but it's for them. Society. It's for your children. It's for your husband. And it's for the generation. I feel like right now at this point, our generations are under attack. They're under attack. And why? And it's because we, the creator of life, we are the creators of life. We are falling apart. We are all over the place. Our mental load is all over the place. We are eating crazy foods. We're all over the place. Our habits pass down to them, and then they repeat the same thing.
Absolutely. And it's because I had someone say to me, once you transition from being a stay-at-home mom to get into the workforce and doing your thing as a woman, that, because just because you're a mom and a wife doesn't stop your dreams and your goals that you have internally. Those are things you still want to accomplish. And I've been telling myself that, that it's a season for everything. You may not have it all right now, but when God placed something in your heart, it's for you to start doing. You start doing those things, but then you may be lacking in your relationship or lacking as being a parent. And it's like when you said that the moms nowadays are like falling apart, it's because I feel like back in the days, moms was just strictly all about their family life, their kids, their husband. But when the trend changed and women started to be like, you know what, I can do this too. That's when, we actually started falling apart a little bit. So I would like for you, if you don't mind, maybe giving us a little, some tips from your Love You More method that you feel like would be a benefit.
Sure. Let me tell you the approach first. So
Okay.
I feel like our well-being needs to be broken down into two parts. Okay. And this is what I did. I broke it down into two parts. You have your primary nourishments and your secondary nourishments. Your primary nourishments are things like your mental and emotional peace, relationships that nurture your soul, a meaningful spiritual practice, quality sleep, empowering physical activities, and a thriving career. Those are your primary foods or nourishments. They feed you, but they don't come on your plate. Also, never ending self investments. So, yes, they feed you, but they don't come on your plate. Your secondary nourishments are the foods that you actually eat and put in your mouth. Those should align with you and your body. So, if you are overeating on your primary nourishments, then you tend to undereat on your secondary nourishments and vice versa. So that is my approach with the Love You More method. And again, I like to give the example of Kate Spade and Whitney Houston. Those two are my ideal target clients. As you know, they are no longer here today. Whitney Houston, much like myself, had some childhood voids. She filled those voids with drugs, and then she modeled this behavior for her daughter, passed it along to her daughter, and now both of them are no longer here because of an action that her mother did, and it was something for her not even to own. It wasn't even hers to own. Kate Spade, and I've done some deep diving research in Kate Spade. This lady was $1 billion CEO. She was a mom. She was a wife. She was everything. But what she said was, being a mom and running a successful company is the most stressful thing you could ever do, is what she said. And she said she struggled mentally. Therefore, she was highly depressed and she committed suicide. Y'all, her daughter is now 15 years old, living without her mom. Because my mother passed away at a young age, I know that our children are better with us here. So I am the CEO Mom Interventionist, where I intervene in her life and I privately guide her through all of these 8 elements. And what I can say is the mental and emotional piece, that's huge when you're trying to run a successful company. Now, I don't care if you maybe you had an argument with your husband. Maybe you don't get along with your mother. Maybe you were sexually abused as a young child. A lot of times as high performers, we don't address the issues that we have gone through in the past or in the current because we are really engulfed in what we're doing in our businesses or whatever. So we sort of shove those up under the rug. Now, at nighttime is when I call it the 11:59. The 11:59 woman comes in when all of our weave is out, our hair is off, whatever, makeup's off. This is when the real person comes in, and then our thoughts start coming, and we can't deal with the things that's going on. And so a lot of time, those things, our mental and emotional peace, they bother us throughout our day. and we continue on. We snap at our kids. We snap at the lady at Starbucks. We snap at our husband. And like I said, and it's because we're not dealing with what's going on at hand in our mental and emotional peace. So I would like to say, we need to monitor, first of all, we need to monitor what's going in.
Yeah.
We need to monitor what's going in our eyes and our ears, because what goes in, I always say to my clients, what goes in, come out. It will come out with your children. If little Timmy accidentally spills his chocolate milk, you coming out with some curse words, or you flying and you snapping, what goes in will come out. We want to monitor what we are saying. We also want to, what we're putting in, and we also want to address what is at hand, whatever we're dealing with that is trying to steal our peace. We need to address that at hand. That's mental and emotional peace. Now,
and those are some of the practices for the emotional piece.
Yes, mental and emotional peace. Now, everybody is different. Everybody's situation is different. My clients, when they come to me, everybody's situation is different. Somebody might be dealing with, their mom is dying of cancer, or, like I said, husband may be, beating them, or whatever it is. Everybody's situation is different. But we want to address whatever is going on with that's trying to steal our mental and emotional peace, because we need that. We need that.
Even if it's something that, sometimes we know we need to address something, but it's like, I really don't want to. Like, you got to push it to the side and still just be like, no matter what the outcome is going to be, I have to take care of this.
You have to take care of it, because your mind is your superpower.
Yes.
I gave you that mind, that brain, just like the elephant has its size, the cheetah has its speed. You have your brain. You have your superpower. And that is your superpower. And it's under attack. And if that's gone, you cannot fulfill your generational assignments. You cannot, if it's under attack. So we got to get the brain, we got to get that mental and emotional peace captivated, so that we can still follow through with our generational assignment.
Absolutely. Toye, how do you balance family and business?
Y'all, I live the Love You More method. I live it. I live it. All 8 elements, I live it. So let me tell you. So when with the Love You More method, I provide a lot, y'all. So I provide a food sensitivity test, a gut health test, a sleep test, and a blood type test. And I also provide a Ninja Foodie multi-cooker. So the gut health test is so that we can figure out what's lying dormant in your gut. Now, your brain, your gut are directly connected together. As I told y'all, Kate Spade was severely depressed. She was depressed. You can find out through a gut health test if you have depression lying dormant in your gut. So we need to figure out what's lying dormant in your gut. Your food sensitivity test. What foods are you eating every single day that's contributing to maybe your weight gain, or maybe your brain fog, or maybe your, maybe why you're snapping at your kids, whatever that is. You need to find out. The sleep test is to figure out the type of sleep that you're getting every single night. Do you have sleep apnea? And the different stages of sleep. And then from there, we develop strategies for you and how you can get the right amount of sleep that you need for you and your body. The blood type test is to figure out what blood type you are, so that we can align the workout specifically for you and your body. Then when we get to the secondary nourishments of your program, I also provide a Ninja Foodie. So I fly out to my clients and I give them a VIP day. And I spend the day with them and I teach them, I give them a cooking class with the Ninja Foodie. So I've mastered how to make simple, healthy meals with the Ninja Foodie. And so we will then do a cooking class with the Ninja Foodie. We will do a pantry declutter, and we will also do a shopping tour so that you can understand how to quickly get in and get out of the grocery store. Now, I have 3 daughters. My oldest is now 21. I have a 5-year-old daughter. She'll be 6 tomorrow. And then I have a 3-year-old daughter. And of course, I'm married and I'm running toypenny.com. I'm telling y'all, I live the Love You More method. It is ever evolving. It is ever evolving because you're ever evolving. You're ever changing. So one night you may miss a lot of sleep and you're like, oh my gosh, I need some sleep. What else? Mental and emotional peace. Okay, so these 2 things I need work on. So it's ever evolving. You're always changing. You're always adding. So that's how I balance myself. That's how I balance. It's the Love You More method. Oh, sure. I would definitely say, let's address this right quick.
Okay.
This food, y'all. We're gonna address the secondary nourishment. Let's go to the secondary nourishments. Right. Okay. So the secondary nourishments, I know that it's so much information about food and what should I eat and this and that and that, but y'all, I'm telling you, so there is no one diet that works for everyone. Every body is completely different. And that's why it's super important that you get the food sensitivity test so that you can figure out what foods that work for you and your body. Like I said, women are in a crisis unlike ever before. We're all over the place, and we're also eating the foods that are not conducive to our well-being. We're going through the drive-through, maybe we're going to Starbucks a lot. We're pumping up on the caffeine. We're filling up on the wine, the addiction, all of this stuff we're doing. And y'all, it is definitely not conducive to our well-being and for us to live out our generational assignment. So here's one thing that I want to say. For this post-COVID, I want to challenge you and everyone else to try. Now, like I said, everyone is different, but try eating a dark leafy green every single day. A dark leafy green every single day. Now, you may put it in your smoothies, you may put it in your spaghetti, you may put it on your sandwiches, whatever it is, your pizza, whatever it is. Try eating a dark leafy green every single day. Why? Because it's going to give you your vitamins A, C, D, and E. And our foods also, they have emotions. They carry emotions. And so greens uplift us. They uplift our spirit. They uplift us who we are. Watch how your mood will change with a dark leafy green every single day. Every single day.
I like that advice because it's crazy how we love food and we love good food. And it's just crazy how food really affects like your whole internally and outernally because your skin, your hair, your nails, all that. Food is really like the key. So you've been giving us a lot of good advice. And I do want to ask, what do you have coming up next in your life and in your career?
Wow. So I just released my book, Love Them, Love You More. And it's 8 elements to redefine your priorities of well-being. I am super excited about this book, y'all. I have a lot of interviews coming up. I have a book signing coming up. I'm actually going to make this a movie because my life is that movie. So it tells my story. Yes, it tells my story of how I started out and how I grew up without either parents in my life. It actually, it goes through, in the book, I go through the Love You More method and examples. And then I end the book in recipes, y'all. Come on now, y'all.
Look at that.
So I end the book in simple, healthy recipes. Love Them, Love You More. It's on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and Books A Million. My website, toypenny.com. So I do have the book. And then also I have a Love You More method mini dinner retreat. And it's an exclusive dinner retreat. I'm only inviting about 7 women. And from there, everyone is going to get a copy of my book. They're also going to get a VIP little package in the mail. And we're going to hash it out for about an hour and a half. We're going to go through the Love You More method. We're going to go through each element. and we're going to have a hot seat. We're going to there are going to be some women who are going to be changed with the Love You More method. So yes, I have that coming up as well.
I love this because we need more collaboration like this among females. You know, we really need this. It's like you learn something, you've been successful at it, you're going to share it, you want to share with others. So kudos to you for starting that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Toye, what is the best advice you received before becoming a wife, mom, or business owner that you have taken along with you on this journey?
Ooh, you said the best advice?
Yes.
I was going to say, so when I first got pregnant, they said, here's what they said: your life is over. Like, it's all, they said, your life is over. It's all about, it's not about you anymore. It's not, it's about the baby. It's about the child. I heard that so much. But to me, that was great advice, because as I got older and I started to parent this daughter, and now I have an adult daughter, I was able to challenge that. And I believe that once you become a mom, or once you become a high performer, a mom, I believe that life is even more about you. I believe it becomes even more about you, because there is no way that you can parent this child, or run a successful company, or be a wife, or lead in society if you don't put your oxygen mask on first.
Yeah.
You got to put your oxygen mask on first. You have to. You have to. That's end of story. That's period.
That's good, period. You can end it right there. Now, that's really good advice. And that is the one time, you know how, like they told you, once you have a child, it's not all about you anymore. And, you know, as a mom, that once we have kids and we're married, we put everybody else first. So your method is saying it is okay to put yourself first, to love yourself first, and take care of you so you can take care of everybody else around you. So I like it. Can you please share your social media and where we can find more information about you online?
Sure. I am everywhere. Toye Penny, Toye Penny, Toye Penny. ToyePenny.com is my website. My Instagram is official_Toye Penny, but the rest of everywhere is ToyePenny.com. Toye Penny.
Ladies, make sure you follow her. She's giving some great advice. She looked good, so you can tell she's taking her own advice. So get the book, because she got some. It's a pretty book. It's very colorful. She got some great recipes in there and great advice. The method step, the love you first. I love it. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join us on the Mommy Business Podcast, Penny.
Sure.
Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.